now waiting 20 days for a COVID test. This is ridiculous. While when I was talking about without tests, you can't confess. You can't claim that you don't have COVID in your country when the people are not being tested. People in Bloody Bay and all these areas, these people weren't receiving the right kind of testing. And remember when you test me and I had to wait 20 days for result. By the time you come back, if I were negative, by the time you bring my result, I could be full blown. I could be a full blown COVID-19 case. We're not doing things right. When Agatha Carrington, with all due respect, she really get me angry many days. Some people want to give her credit. But when you wait until your time almost finished to launch things, that was just propaganda for election to come. You understand me? I don't, that's why I'm saying 100 days. And I believe before the election, I know boycotting the election is like giving PNM the win. But let me tell everybody in this world, sometimes you have to turn it down in order to hear it well. Sometimes you have to cover the pot in order to get the water to boil quick. In order to keep the steam together, you have to turn it down and cover the pot. And I don't see why we have to be going through all of this evil when we can't correct it. How many years now that THA failing audit? What are we doing? Why are we going with another THA election now? We ain't ready. We're just going with it to give people position to get tax and to get the pension. But Tobago remain in the same. And when Tobago get the chance to vote so that we don't have to do this, we just go and vote and put PNM. The country is too divided. People too uneasy for one party to run Trinidad and Tobago. God wanted an alliance. As the Bible said, come, let us reason together. PNM don't reason. PNM is guilty of treason. What is going on? Somebody like you with such political enthusiasm, PNM, anybody call and say, well, thank you for being a brave person to come out with all these plans?
The only person was Fabi Israel. Other persons from other political parties, even in Trinidad, political parties called me out and said thank you, you know, they're glad to see me on board. Nobody. From the only one time I think is when I was on the plane and happened to actually sit next to Mr. Jack, the Secretary of Finance. He was like, you're brave enough and you're being bold to come into the election. Good luck and congratulations. And that was it. Otherwise, if he didn't see me there, I wouldn't get anything from anybody. Nobody would have told me anything. And as I said, it's not like they don't know me, you know. Some of them have my number, some of them have me on their WhatsApp, and they have not even hit a one little full stop to even say hi. So as I said, they really don't faze me. My concern right now is that Tobago needs to step up its game. Tobago needs to stand. We are not ready for a five-star hotel. We're not ready for anything in tourism. We are ready for a healthcare system that will provide the services that Tobago people need instead of going to Trinidad, instead of waiting for samples to be done. We need to secure, because let me show you something. Just last week, they came and picked up a case in my area, like 4 houses from me. Big entourage, police, everything. They picked up the person, and the citizens in my area were concerned. There was nobody come to sanitize the house room where the person, because the person lives with other family members and stuff. Nobody even come to say the next day to clean them or to test them or to make sure that none of them else have it. They just pick up the person and that was it. So it's reckless. They don't. And for me, community testing, I want to know what is really the community testing. If I have 12 persons in my household, despite of different rooms or whatever, and you come to pick me up because I was tested and positive or whatever, you're supposed to test everybody in the house. Up to now, I haven't seen them done that. And I know they haven't done it, so they can't come and say, yes, they do it and go on TV to lie. And that is my, what is communities, what is community testing? I haven't seen anybody come on. We have health centers that are closed. If the pharmacy doors have opened, I am confused to what is it that they're really saying. I know they are trying, but the trying is like a trying for political gain and a trying to make them look good in suits, right? We need to start leading by example and not Tobago needs to stand up, not because your government in Trinidad is the same government that leading here. We choose you to represent us. And if you cannot speak
Yes.
for yourself as a representative for the people, well, why the hell did I put you there? And that is what is happening. And Tobago people, I highlighted some of the things because I'm from Buku. And since must be umpteen years now, they're waiting to give us a boardwalk. So I took pictures of the boardwalk that they have. It's unfinished. It's supposed to start 2018, finish 2020. It hasn't started. Every time election comes, they start it, stop it. You see new contractors start and stop it. I think I heard alleged that they fired the next contractor and he's the fourth one. Now my questions were, how much money was spent? Did the contractors
Money
get paid? What
laundering.
was the pending? And nobody seen it. When I put it up now, people are telling me I shouldn't be talking about that and we should leave it as it is. I said, are you crazy? So we have silly people that seeing the issues and they want to stay silent on it. And I am confused to where Tobago is headed because as far as I'm seeing, we are only interested in building buildings and not the development of our people of Tobago, not the development of the youths of Tobago. And as we're going to just going to die out and all these buildings are going to be right there, just laughing at us because the money and everything is going into the buildings and not the people of Tobago to develop the island of Tobago.
Thank you. Thank you. Nickocy. Well, people, we are listening to Nickocy Philips. And I really don't know what is going on in Tobago. Because Tobagonians just going out there because I like you, I want you to go in. It's not that nothing to do with like. Your policies are important. Your principles are important. Whatever you promise the people that the people needs, the people should get it. The people are asking you for community center everywhere again. For what? You keep building all these things, these infrastructure. You just keep listen to me. Nickocy, we have another question here for you. Peace, dear God. Father, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, oh God, Jehovah. Father, you didn't put me here to praise man or to lift man. You said, if you, dear God, be lifted up, if we lift you up, you will draw men unto you. Father, we want to get next to you. We want to get next to you, so I'm lifting you up. All those who are there praying that I should lift them up, let them know I wasn't created to worship man. I was created to worship Almighty God, Jehovah. Peace, everybody. Nickocy, given the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and the need for continued virtual schooling for students, I want to ask this question slowly. Is Tobago ready for island-wide virtual schooling? Broadband internet, because like some people don't know the word to use it. Broadband internet, that's a question. Computer access, another question. You read it for yourself,
right,
and get ready and answer.
Yeah, I'm ready. Based on the last news I heard last night, I think Tutor Tobago said that they are ready and things are in place and they have a little concerns. But my concern is that, okay, Tobago, as I said to you, I have a book of persons here in Tobago with children who do not have internet access. They do not have laptops or cannot afford a laptop or computer for their children. I'm hearing that Twitter or them saying that those who do not have internet access or they cannot get access, they're going to print it and the parents still have to come. So if that parent has to go to work and is a single parent, how is that parent going to work, have to come and pick up the work and you're saying that parents now have to be involved? I'm confused. There are so many things that are not merging together. You have to first fix the first problem. The first problem is to identify in all the areas in Tobago or the communities that we have these schools make sure and identify who has access to a computer, who has access to internet. And then when you have identified that, let me just say, in Tobago, we have 4,000, let me just say roughly 4,000 persons who do not have a laptop, 4,000 children, well, in the home, 4,000 children, and then we say 3,000 persons who do not have access to internet. We fix the problem first, the internet, then we then go up to the laptops. Then now, we could then say, okay, good, the schooling now, we have all the children in Tobago on the same level. So therefore, nobody will say that they're getting better treatment because I'm rich and I have a laptop, so I can, get better education than a poor child who would have none. We need to fix that first. After we cap that ceiling, then we now also have to identify in Jamaica. I've seen that with the desks, they have the flexi to separate. We need to do some work in the schools to identify where we could even the children without any computer or internet access, if we can buy the internet, buy the laptop for them, bring them to the school. So if a classroom has 25 kids, let me say 20, and 10 of them have laptops, the 10 that don't have, bring them to school. So therefore we could have that classroom, or we could have some virtual classroom for them. In the meantime, until they get a computer or laptop and internet access. That's one. Two, the next thing now, we look at the lunches. We have the community centers locked up. Why can't we, if we have the community centers in the community where all of them most likely have a primary school, why can't we have, why do the parents have to meet you in Chong? And if I'm quite in Buku, why not to go town to collect lunches? And we have the community center, we have the school. Let the parent come to the school and the community center and collect it in the community. So therefore, Buku, Mount Pleasant, Buku, we have 500 kids going to school. We have their lunches there. It's easy for them. Right in Buku, they don't have to go to town. We have a do it in different community centers across the island. What is the purpose of a community center, or some of the community centers named multi-purpose community center, right? Now let's go up now. We talk about the computer, we talk about the food.
I don't want to stop you. Just remember most computers are equipped with, most centers are equipped with computers, aren't they?
Yes, of course. They have the computer room run by 211, or they have community development have their own computer room. So that is the next thing as well. Why do we have all these stocks inside there locked up? And we went up the border. So the computer, we identify how we could work with the community centers. We go with the lunch where we could use the same community centers and the school to distribute the lunch. Now we're talking about internet access.
If high speed. We need high-speed internet, not just internet. Because Sister Kamla gave us internet and they find fault with they give them laptops, and the PNM government find fault. Well, now them ain't giving, they never improve the internet service in Trinidad to give us high band. They didn't do all of that, and now they expect children. So some kids will get, because somebody away may send a internet for the family or the niece or the child, but you have internet you're having laptop without internet. It's the same thing. It's like not having it, and it's just like what Kamla did, where they couldn't fix that and let the kids keep their laptop. And you have to get TSTT to run that kind of internet. Nickocy, are you hearing? So I saw Kino Bear had a question there. Ashlyn Decoto, hi Ashlyn, how you doing? She said, really bad. I am from Belgarden and my mom always complaining the internet down. Regular. Are you hearing me now?
That's the thing. We're looking at internet. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Sorry about that. The internet went. You see, the internet just went. Are we talking about it? We're looking at also the persons who living in areas that cannot access internet, but there is a community center in the area. Why not allow them the use of that in the same health COVID regulation? Right?
Yes.
But hear what's happening. We rather to put internet and free internet access on the port and in the airports so tourists could. What tourists? What the hell tourists are talking about? Put them in communities where we know that the children need it, right? We don't need it on the airport or the port or in public spaces where people can use it. You will not allow a child to go in Scarborough to go and sit down to do his or her work. Put it in the communities that need the internet access. Focus on that, but you're focusing on tourism and free internet service to tourism. I lost. I'm lost.
Cesar Lewis Baird is saying, therefore, the child who has no internet instruments to go virtual is already on the losing end. It's on the losing
Correct.
end.
Yes, correct.
There is no interaction. Therefore, all learning
modalities,
way of learning will not be, yes. There is no reason that they wouldn't get through because the models not there, not in place. It can't be normalized. How can they get access when you don't have wideband internet? So therefore, TSTT should be given a new job because that is an infrastructure problem, infrastructure issue. So instead of building up all the community center, wasting up the money and calling it infrastructure and stealing out all the money, they sell TSTT to Massey. They sell TSTT to Massey. Another one of our big 1% companies. I don't want to go there, you know, because I don't want anybody to kill me. I don't want nobody to attack my. No, and this is serious. People will be laughing. But anytime you have a voice in Tobago, you are liable to die. They're going after your life. They're going after your night rest. They're going after your children. But Keith, you're only not understanding the saying that I know since I small. If you kill my dog, I'm going to kill your cat. And I ain't taking no blow from anybody because of righteousness. And God will leave me for them to dominate me. How can you stop laptops that Kamala Bissessa gave, but you sell TSTT to your friends? This is criminal, you know. This is criminal. Listen, this is criminal. It is diabolical. Yeah, this is a high form of stupidity. It's a high form of selfishness.
And what is wrong?
We need TSTT now to run IBAN. But TSTT ain't belong to the government anymore. So we have to pay now. Where the money coming from now? It's all a game. It's all a trading place with money and finance. While the small man who doesn't know anything about internet, they don't know about cables. They think if they go and buy a little piece of equipment in a store now, they can get good internet. You just spending money. I spend so much money in Tobago to buy some little gadgets. You hear me? For when I go up to Argyle. And when I'm traveling away from the hotel where I was staying. The hotels don't even have good internet because it's all about cable and wideband. You understand me? So Tobagonians just sitting down, swallowing things that they should be passing out. Which is, I will use the word a little, they're swallowing shit when they should be passing out the shit. They're accepting things that they should not accept. And leaving politicians to behave as if they're smarter than you and I. They're not smarter than you and me. They're not. But how they steal the brain of the young people. And as long as my phone can't work to watch porn. That kind of phone your children can't learn nothing on that. Suppose you have a home with 4 children in school. Each one of them need, because remember school time is school time, you know.
And mind you, different classes. Might be going to different schools too. That's the next thing. They're in different classes and going to
different schools.
So how do we? Yeah.
Where are we?
Because right now, as I said, I help.
Say it again. What? That is true.
Kids. Yeah,
Say that
the
again.
last
Say
kid,
that
well,
again. That is,
that's true.
it is
That's
true.
true. Yeah, because the four kids that helped, in one is the person, it was actually seven laptops in all. In one house had three laptops. The guy, he bought two laptops to the other, so they had different houses with different ones. So this family now, I have three more families that need in the house. They have two. They're going to the same class, in the same class, so that could have one laptop for them. And I need, so right now I need at least three laptops and four tablets to help these kids. So I have three families that needs that. So that is what I'm aiming for. I put out, I think anybody who interested in help, they can message me in my inbox. They could go to my Facebook page and message me. And what is happening when I give these people stuff, I took their information and everything. I take pictures, but I'm not posting the pictures because, as I said, I have a thing with identifying. We have a thing of degrading persons who are poor and especially children. If they see them receiving something, we have people texting, "Oh, look how we look in school," and they keep on bashing. So what I do is take the information. So if any of the sponsors want to find out if they would have received it, I have the information to pass on to them. So if I receive anything, I don't post people pictures on Facebook unless they're given the permission. But I'm dealing with kids and the kind of nature of how the family don't have certain things in their house. I am not going to post their pictures. I'm only keeping it for in case the sponsors or anybody choose to give me anything, I help them with that.
So, regardless to all this long story, we can culminate right now.
Right.
Without the right cables, we will not get internet. So no matter what they want to do,
Yeah.
TSTT have to go to work. And I'm so sorry that we don't own it anymore. You understand me? But to whom much is given, I'm saying again tonight, much is required of the same. And I just want everybody to know that we're taking it simple. They give an order, they stress out a mother in Trinidad who have four children in her house. One of them disabled in a sense. In a sense, she needs her own stuff. She can't even get good internet to watch news. How can she help her children? Another question. How many Tobago households have a high-speed digital broadband internet access? How many?
I can't even say because not many, because based on the calls that I've received, a lot of them don't have. And a lot of them in some areas, if some of them don't have light pole in the areas, they don't have electricity in the area and have to borrow it or run it underground from somebody neighbor. That says a lot. So I think that is something also we have to look at.
Do you think the people in Palativere, Bloody Bay and Lands for me, they have good access?
No, I don't because the internet service drops sometime. Those areas they need to identify. As I said, what happening in this country, we focus on leveling one side of the country in a higher way. For example, the rich side of the country, they're fixing that and leaving the lower side. We need to balance things. And if we like, for example, the countryside, the east side must come like the west. Right now we have them like this. So internet is a problem, road is a problem, transportation is a problem, healthcare is a problem. We need to settle the island completely equal. And we don't have that going on right now.
While I was in Tobago in 2015, every week there used to be a group of men staying by Rovanels. They came from Trinidad and they were working with TSTT and a private company. They were running broadbands and they said they're going as far as, I don't think they get to Charlottesville. I don't know. Charlottesville have a tower on the hill. I really don't know. Because see, the people of Tobago, we are not educated in what happens in our communities. People don't know that Wi-Fi and broadband is two different things. They're not the same. You having Wi-Fi doesn't mean that you have the best access to internet. You need broadband. So these men, they were staying by Rovanels. They will change shift. You come this week, you go back and a new group come and they were doing work. I don't know the caliber of work because I am not into that. But I know something was being done in Tobago. Because let me tell you something. I used to wake up early mornings to keep my life in Tobago when I was staying at that place. And my life used to just drop. When I say drop, drop. Day or night. Don't talk about midday when more people using. And all over here they say, Rovanel needs to improve his stuff. Was not there. And you have guests that come in, playing land from Germany, playing land from England, and they're coming to stay there. And people outside claiming all around the yard, they're walking around holding up their phone, and nobody could get good internet service. Right in Crown Point. Right there, Canaan Bonaccord. Well, don't talk when I travel into country. You're not going to be traveling around and I'm going to be doing a live on the road. Certain places is dead. No cellular service. So I ain't talking what people telling me. I am talking what is needed because I've been there and I've tried. So you could imagine to tell me or just a little how many households have high-speed digital broadband internet access? You can't tell me.
Well, to tell you the truth, I can't say because I'm not working in the company, but I can say based on me observing and with common sense will tell me that not many have it, right?
Yeah.
And with not many having it, that is something we need to work on. It's just simple. Find out in all the schools who have
Yes.
internet and who don't have internet, who have access to laptop, who have not. If not, if as I said, if a classroom has 20 kids and in the community of Buku or Mount Pleasant you have a community center, the 10 kids, let them stay home and do the virtual conference, and the 10 kids will use the community center computers. It's simple. Or you could even put it out because we're not using the community centers for nothing. So you have a big auditorium.
That's
Spread
right,
out the auditorium. Simple.
a
What
big
we have
space.
the place close, of course. What is
We're not
wrong?
ready. Kino Beard had a statement there. I want you to really see what he's saying. Can you bring back Kino? Please. Kino Beard is saying this is a virtual collapse of the educational system. He said 25% of all students have no access. That's 1 out of 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Kino Beard will be on my live next Wednesday at 8:30. He's an expert when it comes to technology, internet, and stuff like that. So we are in for a treat. From young Kino Beard, born in Charlottesville, Tobago. His mother name is Dr. Cedra Beard, and Kino will be on live next week, Wednesday coming. I wonder what date that is. The second, what date that is, I'm really not too sure.
The 4th.
But,
The 4th.
The 4th is Wednesday?
The 3rd, sorry, the 3rd.
The 3rd.
Yeah.
I was thinking 2nd, I don't know where I get the 2nd from. But anyway, he'll be here. And he's saying that 25% of all students have no access. That's 1 out of 4. This is ridiculous. And this is what people in Tobago can't talk because they don't study. They don't know the stats. They don't know numbers. And this is what we have to get ready to do. Yes, Wednesday is the 2nd, so I was right. Yeah. Wednesday the 2nd of September. We will be blessed with Kino Beard. Kino Beard. Kino is coming on almost every variety. He'll be here talking about politics, talking about his life, talking about his where he grew up. When he was migrated to America, Kino would be here. And I think we are going to be blessed now with Brother Anselm Richards. You see, a lot of these questions, I really wanted Anselm Richards' input. Yes. And I'm glad that he is here. Nickocy, you are doing a marvelous job because you are in it And you are on the ground and you see stuff and you know stuff. We're trying to get. Hello, Anselm. Hello, Anselm Richards, my friend. How are you? Well, we're still waiting on Anselm. I think I got to just one day just call Anselm and tell him, Anselm, you're on live. So we finished that question. May we have another question?
We lost him?
Maybe, because all my lives I limit it to an hour and an hour and a half. And I would like to keep that. And we are doing fine, Nickocy. Is there any other topic that we're not going fast enough for you, Nickocy? What 3 things did you learn? What 3 things did you learn from your underground, like underground, not underground, on the ground walkabouts in your constituency of Tobago West that you did not know before you ran in the last election?
What I knew, or what I did not know, you did not know. I did not know the area of some of these places. I have never been to Patience Hill. I've never been to a lot of places that I went to. I never knew the area. I've never seen the neglect in some of the areas that I've seen, especially being in THA, for example. The court in Patience Hill neglected, no lights. It's a horrible condition.
What in Patience?
Especially
What in
the court,
Patience?
they have the basketball court. They have a basketball
Or the
and netball
basketball
court.
court.
The ground pitch is horrible. There's no lighting. It's been neglected for years. Different communities I went to, there was a lot of neglect. 3 things I learned was the community neglect. We also look at youth unemployment. I see a lot of boys on the corner of the street, and a lot of them, and their take was, give me 10,000 or give me some money, I will vote for you. And the other people let's give them money so that everything. And I said to them, no way. Is that they don't vote for me? That's not a problem at all. The other thing is,
so you're trying to tell us here this evening that openly people were out there demanding $10,000 from you so that they can vote for you.
People were, yes, they were demanding money to vote, and I said to them, no, I am not doing it. That is not the kind of politics I want to start and want to be a part of. They are accustomed getting it from other people or other parties. That's their business. But I am not going to do that. I am here to help you. And if you're looking to get money out of me, to put me there, it's not going to happen. And that's why I keep on saying to people, don't expect to put me there to say you want a house, you want a car, and you want, no, 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 no. That's not the type of leadership I'm about. I'm about putting a spoon at your table so you could use that spoon to eat and feed yourself. That is what I am about. Not to give you anything free, no friend and family. It comes the same way. That's why my family members and I, we don't get along. When they come to my office for help, I pass them on to a different executive because I'm not going to be helping my family members in that way to conflict of interest. I pass them on to the other executives and I said, okay, that's my sister, that's my niece, whoever it is. Can you deal with them? I'm not dealing with them. I don't do that. Right? And a lot of them are vexed. They don't talk to you, but it doesn't matter to me. When I go, my mother always said to me, when I leave an office, I must leave with integrity. Do not let anybody withhold that integrity from you. Right?
That is so powerful because they want you to come in with integrity. You have something happen to you when you're 9 years old, they want to bring it up. So they want you to come in with integrity, but they're forcing you when you get in to make sure you leave without integrity. That's
not going to happen. Yeah, of course.
That's deep, man. That's deep. My people need to hear that. My people need to hear that.
And that's why you see they wouldn't work with me, because they know that if I go there and see the nonsense that they're doing, I will talk to. First thing, I will be guided. I will warn them. But if it's that you can't control your teeth and you're doing whatever you're doing, I will light you up because I am not going to be sitting here thieving taxpayers' money or wasting taxpayers' money. That's not what I'm about. I think that we should get this thing right. And if is it that we get this thing right now, we will be going a straight and narrow path. Straight talk. I don't have time to waste with that. That's why you said
So
they don't want me.
so let me see if we could get Anselm, because I see a lot of people write some good some good statements there, and
Yeah.
some people have questions also. So we're gonna see if we get Anselm, or we just have to take the show to the other level. I really miss Anselm, and I wanted him to be here today, but it seemed like we're having some problem because he's in the east of Tobago, he's in Belgarden, another place where the white band, another place where internet service is very poor. So CJ Lewis Baird is saying avoid nepotism. And you are right, Miss Phillips.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
need broadband,
yeah.
internet and Wi-Fi and working for Tobago. And don't make politicians fool us. Well,
Yeah.
Stephanie Thomas, she's from Patience Hill, and she's
Mhm.
saying something. Stephanie is saying transparency is key, and she also said that there is a lot of work needed in Patience Hill, Tobago. She said,
Yeah, a
wow,
lot.
wow,
Mhm.
Patience Hill, my village, need a lot of
Mhm.
work. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the houses. Some houses need to be fixed. There's an elderly couple there. She said to me, no other party. The parties keep passing in front of her house. None of them ever came into her yard. There's a lot of wooden structure that's falling apart. I saw the roads needs to be fixed. I saw that persons need development in their how the road area, the housing area. The court needs to be fixed. The corner. Listen. Oh,
Oh,
too
God.
much. Too much.
Too
Too
much.
much. I don't know what to say. Yes, but you see, this happens because the people continue to take the nonsense that is given. If I come and sweet talk and say, "Well, I'll get a walk tomorrow," you're gonna vote for me, and that is what that I will tell you something. If I had money to waste, and if I was like that, I would have won this election. I'm telling you, because if I was telling yes, I give you this, I give you that, I give you that, I would have been inside there. I'm telling you, that is what happened, and that is how this election won. Because that's
Hey,
what. Uh,
so Nickocy, we asked for today, you give us a very powerful one. The one with the
mhm.
10,000 and all these things and how the way people living. So do you have another two for us? We are
Mhm.
1 hour and 18 minutes.
Right. We
So do you
also
have
talk
any
about
more?
yeah, unemployment in the different communities. Well, I give
Yes,
it
and the young
priority. The
people.
neglect,
Yeah.
yes, the young people, the neglect of the projects in the communities. Projects in the communities, the neglect, right? Let
Mm.
me talk about Buku. Buku, we have the border that going on for 20 years. That's unfinished. Different people coming and going. It ain't finished yet. We have a fisheries building in Buku for years now. It has not been utilized. The gates running down. All we have is security there manning the building. But yet, when they have a fishing thing for the men in Buku, you're going to use the integrated facility. Why you don't use the fishing facility that you have, right? We have where
Mm.
the court is now being upgraded. Where I started to have conversation back then as the ambassador, I would have started conversation with the division of youth. As I said, Mr. Jomo Pitt, he did what he's supposed to do. I did give them points of what to fix on the court, and we have lights. We have the ground maintaining. I did my work there, and that's good. We also have neglect in some of the other areas in, as I said, Bethel, something. There is so much neglect, and
Tell
I've
us
seen.
about tell us about Bethel, Codler Hall, and Wim. Because Wim is where Orville from. That is where his family from. What about Wim? What about Codler Hall that people running to fight for? What improvement was done to Codler Hall all these years? Tell us. Tell us.
Well, so
As
far
long
I've
as
seen the
you did a walkabout.
right.
So tell us
And
about your walkabout.
for the whole areas, the areas of the parts that I went to, what is happening is drainage, the roads, and persons not seeing the MP to get assistance. Also, what is a major thing I've seen also in Kalahar, especially from the fort. My question is a strong question. Why is taxpayers' money, or why are taxpayers' money being wasted on the doctor's quarters at the old fort? I went there and saw those buildings. Remember in the hospital a long time, they had
Yeah.
those doctor quarters.
Yes.
You see in bush, people living in them. the building just there, the building could rejuvenate. For example, one of those buildings I was discussing with my team, the women's team that I just formed. I said to them, I said, I could write to them and ask them for that space and create an environment for the women who are single mothers and whoever can come and they could get any form of assistance. So it's going to be a place for single mothers to come and
like a
they get
halfway house.
yeah, halfway house,